Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a really important topic, 10 things that young people struggle with. Like, for real, being a young person is hard. You're just trying to figure everything out, like what you want to do with your life, who your real friends are, and what you should be for Halloween. And on top of all that, there's all this pressure to be perfect. It's a lot. So, I thought it would be interesting to talk about some of the things that young people are going through these days. Let's be real, we've all been there. That feeling of being totally overwhelmed and like you're the only one who's struggling. But trust me, you're not alone. So grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's get real for a minute. Okay, let's be real. School can be a total pressure cooker. Like, you're constantly being graded, tested, and compared to everyone else. It's like, can a girl just live? And don't even get me started on the homework. It's like, I just spent 8 hours in class and now I have to go home and do even more work? Make it make sense. Your parents, your teachers, even your dog is expecting you to get straight A's. It's like, chill out, everyone. I'm trying my best here. And the worst part is when you start comparing yourself to other people. Like, why does everyone else seem to be handling it so much better than me? They're all out there acing their tests, getting into Ivy League schools, and I'm just trying to survive the day without having a mental breakdown. But seriously, all this pressure can take a toll on your mental health. You start to feel anxious, stressed, and like you're not good enough. And that's not cool. So, if you're feeling overwhelmed by school, please know that you're not alone. You are loved and valued no matter what your GPA is. Okay, this is a tough one, but we need to talk about it. Eating disorders are a serious issue, and they affect way too many young people. Like, it's actually really scary how common they are. There's so much pressure to look a certain way, especially for young people. You see all these perfect bodies on social media, and it's easy to start comparing yourself and feeling like you're not good enough. And that's when things can spiral out of control. Eating disorders aren't just about food, they're about control. When you feel like you don't have control over other aspects of your life, you might try to control your food intake or your weight. It's like a coping mechanism, but it's a really unhealthy one. If you're struggling with an eating disorder, please know that you're not alone. It's not your fault and there is help available. You are worthy of recovery, and you deserve to be healthy and happy. Okay, can we just take a minute to talk about how messed up our society's beauty standards are? Like, seriously, it's 2025. Can we stop telling people they need to look a certain way? It's in magazines, on TV, all over social media. It's exhausting. And it can really mess with your head, especially when you're young and still figuring out who you are. It's so easy to get caught up in the comparison game. You start looking at other people and thinking, why don't I look like that? Or if only I could lose a few pounds, then I'd be happy. But here's the thing, there's no such thing as a perfect body. Everyone is different, and that's what makes us unique and beautiful. Eat nourishing foods, move your body in ways that you enjoy, and celebrate all the amazing things your body can do. Don't compare your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. Okay, this is a really heavy topic, but it's something that we need to talk about. School violence, whether it's bullying, fighting, or even worse, is a serious problem, and it can have a devastating impact on young people's lives. No one deserves to feel unsafe at school. School should be a place where you feel supported, encouraged, and free to be yourself. But for some people, school can feel like a nightmare. Bullying can take many forms, from physical violence to verbal abuse to cyberbullying. And it can have long-lasting effects on a person's self-esteem, mental health, and overall well-being. If you're being bullied, please know that you're not alone. It's not your fault, and you don't have to go through this alone. Talk to a trusted adult, like a parent, teacher, or counselor. Your actions could make a world of difference. Okay, let's talk about drugs. I know it's a topic that can be uncomfortable to talk about, but it's important. Drug addiction is a serious problem that affects people of all ages, but it can be especially dangerous for young people. There are a lot of reasons why people start using drugs. Sometimes it's because they're curious, sometimes it's because they're trying to fit in, and sometimes it's because they're trying to escape from their problems. But no matter the reason, drug use can quickly spiral out of control. Drugs can have a powerful hold on your brain, making it hard to stop even if you want to. If you're struggling with drug addiction, please know that you're not alone. It's not a sign of weakness, and there is help available. Please don't give up on yourself. Okay, let's be real. Families can be complicated. Like, they can be your biggest supporters and your biggest source of stress all at the same time. It's a weird paradox. When everything's good, family can be amazing. But when things are tough, it can feel like your whole world is falling apart. And let's be honest, family drama can be way more intense than any reality TV show. Family problems can affect every aspect of your life, from your mental health to your schoolwork to your relationships with friends. If you're going through a tough time with your family, please know that you're not alone. It's okay to not be okay. Talk to someone you trust, like a friend, teacher, or counselor. You deserve to feel loved and supported, even if it's not always coming from your family. Okay, can we talk about how soul-crushing the job hunt can be? Like, you spend hours filling out applications, writing cover letters, and going on interviews, only to get rejected over and over again. It's brutal. And it's even harder when you're young and don't have a ton of work experience. It's like, how am I supposed to get a job if no one will give me a chance to prove myself? And don't even get me started on unpaid internships. Finding a job can be tough, but don't give up. Network with people in your field, volunteer to gain experience, and keep refining your resume and cover letter. It doesn't mean you're not good enough. Okay, let's talk about stuff. You know, all the things we're constantly bombarded with ads for: the latest phones, the coolest clothes, the most expensive cars. It's like society wants us to believe that happiness comes from owning things. But here's the thing, materialism is a trap. It's a never-ending cycle of wanting more, more, more. And it's never satisfying. You buy that new phone, and then a newer, better one comes out a month later. It's exhausting. And let's be real, all that stuff doesn't actually make you happy. Sure, it might give you a temporary boost of dopamine, but true happiness comes from experiences, relationships, and personal growth. Those are the things that will truly enrich your life. Okay, let's talk about stereotypes. You know, those oversimplified, often inaccurate, and totally unfair assumptions people make about others based on their race, gender, religion, or any other group they belong to. Stereotypes are lazy, they're harmful, and they need to stop. Like, seriously, it's 2025. Can we move past these tired old tropes? People are individuals, not walking, talking cliches. Just because someone belongs to a certain group doesn't mean they fit neatly into a box. Stereotypes are dangerous because they can lead to prejudice and discrimination. When we make assumptions about people based on stereotypes, we're not seeing them for who they truly are. Remember that everyone is an individual, and we should treat each other with respect and understanding. Okay, let's talk about social media. I know, it's like a part of our DNA at this point. But seriously, this 24/7 connection can be both a blessing and a curse. On the one hand, social media can be great for staying connected with friends and family, discovering new things, and sharing your life with the world. But on the other hand, it can be a breeding ground for comparison, negativity, and FOMO, fear of missing out. It's so easy to get caught up in the scroll. You start comparing your life to the perfectly curated feeds of others, and suddenly you feel inadequate, envious, and anxious. And don't even get me started on the pressure to portray a perfect life online. It's exhausting. So what's the solution? Well, it's not realistic to completely disconnect from social media. Unless you want to, then power to you. But it is important to use it in a healthy and balanced way. Set boundaries for yourself. Maybe you only check social media at certain times of the day. Or maybe you limit yourself to following accounts that make you feel good. Don't let it steal your joy or make you feel bad about yourself. Thanks for watching. If you or someone you know is struggling with any of these issues, remember that you're not alone. Seriously, we've all been there. Life can be tough, but it's important to remember that you're not alone. Reach out to someone you trust, whether it's a friend, family member, teacher, or counselor. Talking about what you're going through can make a world of difference. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. And remember, you are loved, you are worthy, and you are enough. See you next time.